the last live I did. And I know I've been talking about the process and what I've been going through lately. And that's because the what I'm going through is going to prove to be significant later on. So I'm posting what I'm going through, like the warfare, the corruption and the positions of authority and all the other things that are happening. I'm posting them because later on when everything unfolds, you're gonna maybe look back to this or remember this and want to refer to these videos in relations to why all this stuff was happening. Now, the question about why I don't talk about world events is because the Lord hasn't had me focused on world events lately. The Lord has had me focused on my healing and me being prepared for my role that is to come. If you're looking for information about world events, I'm going to post the Master's Voice. That's Celestial. She's a prophet who is a lawyer by profession, and she is under the guidance of a church or a pastor. She is the one who the Lord has given the mantle to speak truth about what's happening right now. I think her journey started the same time as mine. 2015 is when she first started to do her channel as well. I think a lot of people were directed to start a channel in 2015. So just in a nutshell, really quick, the reason why I haven't been sharing my views on world events is because half the time I don't even know about the world events until people start posting and grieving about stuff that's happened, because I'm kind of in my own cocoon. I don't watch TV. The Lord will reveal things to me in various ways. So like someone might say to me something happened, or I might be by the TV, or it may be big enough news that it would be ridiculous not to know what's going on. But I really don't watch television. And if I find out anything about news, it's because the Lord has directed me to that. The Lord hasn't directed me to anything huge lately. And the reason why he hasn't is because all that's happening right now is to get the world in order for the new world order. That's what this is all about. This is not all the weather, the disasters of the weather is not they're not usual for so the places that usually have hurricanes are not having usual degrees of hurricanes. They're extraordinary. And the places that don't usually have weather disasters are having weather disasters. So that should be a sign right there on its own. Politically speaking, I talked about Donald Trump having a role to play and the upheaval in the US. The US is Mystery Babylon. That's in Revelation, that's what the US is. So US is receiving judgment because in the world they were given, the Lord has directed them to be a guide in relation to how to be a nation that's governed under God, but they fell away. So they're under judgment right now. A lot of what you see on the news sometimes is orchestrated, sometimes it's not even true, and sometimes it's true, but whatever is happening is serving a purpose in relation to ushering in the new world order. In relation, like, so let me use Jamaica as example. Jamaica, before the hurricane that almost took it completely out, there was a meeting with the president of Jamaica in some kind of world caucus, some kind of meeting with world leaders, discussing the smart cities. And I told you guys to go and look up smart cities, Google it. There's nothing wrong with Googling. Googling is there for a reason. Every leader that was there has talked about smart cities and implementing that as the way to go. And the smart cities are almost like, I don't know if anyone's heard about how Google, is it Google or I think it's Google or Amazon, has a place where you can go and shop and just swipe your hand. There are some people that are walking around with a chip right now. They're the ones who are like, everything that's new is cool. Anything that they show up with, I'm going to try. So there are people right now that are already chipped by choice. And they can walk into this Google, I think it's Google store, pick up stuff, swipe their hand, and walk out. Everything is paid for. It's a credit system. So these things have slowly been introduced into our lives, right? Like usually, when an enemy introduces things to us, they don't do it right like big, because people would probably say no. If you introduce it slowly, then people will be okay with it. I'm going to give you an example. When I was before I realized the seriousness of the walk in my life, I used to play video games a lot because I like to challenge my mind, right? A lot of the games I play are like figure out figure games to figure out stuff, puzzles or mysteries and stuff like that. Usually these games start out cute and they're fun at first, but I'm smart enough to get to high levels. And every time you get to a higher level, they start to introduce sinister things like witchcraft and evil and all kinds of stuff. And usually by that time you're already hooked. And you're already, and remember, your eye gaze, your ear gates are the way to get into the soul. So if you're watching things that are evil, sinister, it impacts you. Anything you watch and listen to, anyone you surround yourself with, impacts your walk, it impacts your soul. So these things that are happening, like the idea of normalizing certain things that should not be normal, has been a slow trickle. It's been slowly introduced into our society. And if I was coming from outer space and came here and had been here before in like 1974 and came now, there would be a shock, an absolute drastic change between 1974 and right now. If you Besides the fact that things cost so much and the things are so different and the young people don't know what the future holds, the way that we live, the things that we believe are so different than they used to be. So different. And it's because of television. When COVID hit, I wasn't watching television. So all these guidelines and stipulations about not to do and to do, I never followed them because I never watched television. So I was still out there running. I was still out there exercising. I was going from home to home to home. The only reason why I knew that something was wrong was because everyone was like, "Where were you? Like, why are you here?" Like, I couldn't. They were kind of like disappointed that I was switching from home to home or place to place. I wasn't wearing a mask, except to go to stores, because when you go to a store, they would insist that you put a mask on. And that's kind of how I kind of knew some of the rules. But I did not watch TV. And if something was going to be passed and enforced, it really should be something that is written. Not everybody watches television, right? It should be a law that is passed, not just something you see on TV. So in relation to my view on world events, though, like I said, the Lord hasn't put me in a position to really speak on that right now. My role is to stay vigilant and aware of my surroundings, because my safety is a priority right now. There's a lot of warfare in my life, and staying focused on that has been a priority for me. It has been a distraction, if you want to call it that. Like I said, I'm going to put a link for the master's voice in this description. I've done it before in another video. If you wanted to follow what she's prophesied and what's happening right now, that's what the Lord has given. That's the job that the Lord has given her, is to follow world events and to speak on them. She's been speaking on things a long time ago. When she spoke about them, people used to give her comment section was ridiculous. It came to the point where she wasn't planning on talking about the comment section, and then it became some of her videos where half of it was talking about the comment section, because people were so rude and disrespectful and just not believing. Sometimes people need to see stuff to believe. Prophecy is not for everybody. But right now, the Lord, the way that she was speaking, she was so committed to God, her role with the Lord, that she spoke things that people could not fathom. They could not fathom it. And some of the things I did not know, but some of the things that God had already revealed to me. So when I came across her, so one of you guys is the one who directed me to her channel. And when I started watching her, I was like, oh my gosh, God showed me that. He showed me this, he showed me that. And I have videos about those kind of things. Like, my channel has been striked for some of those kind of things. So I started watching her, but it became that I was so overwhelmed by what she was saying that I stopped watching. Like, I know enough. What she's talking about now is how her prophecies are unfolding. The things that she had said before are coming to pass. And she's bringing up clips from the things that she'd done before and showing how this is what she said. The concerning part with that and the sad part is that she has prophesied a couple of unaliving of some people, significant people, and some of those unalivings have been known to be portrayed in the Simpsons series of called sitcom or whatever that is, television program. So when that kind of thing starts to happen, I think the world, like especially the US, is going to be really upside down. A lot of the things that we should be talking about in world events are not even on the news. There's a lot of things happening that you'll catch on social media that you will not catch on TV. They're posting and sharing what they want. So I will do a post, a question, like a what's it called, a survey. I'll do a survey on my as a post, and you guys can tell me if it's of interest to you, what world events you'd like to discuss, and I'll do some digging. And again, I will post the Master's Voice link. Her name is Celestial, the host of that channel. I'll post it in the description box of this live. Okay, guys. Thanks for asking questions. Thank you, B, for supporting the channel, and thank you for caring about what my opinion is. I'd rather my opinion be based on what the Lord is directing me to see. I've already shared a lot of things that people didn't want to hear. I had been storing stuff in this room for a while, anticipating that what was going to go down like years ago. So my family was always laughing about it. They thought it was funny. They thought it was crazy. They were like, "Oh, this is expired. This is expired." So I just finished emptying this room of a lot of things I had stored in here. I was storing coffee, sugar, salt, stuff that I felt like, you could, if someone was starving, they could put it together and make a quick meal. I threw them all away. The only thing I have here now is like sugar, salt, tea, and stuff like that. So I don't know how people are going to survive when this all goes down, but people should have a pantry that they're living out of, but no one really believes what I have to say. So anyway, there we go. I'll let you guys go. Again, I'm done for the day. I wasn't planning on coming on, but the question was posed, and I think it's important for you guys. If you want to know, I'll put follow Celestial in relations to world events. She's the one who's the head of that. Okay, guys, love you. Until next time, guys, be blessed.